Hey, Spuddies! Potato Whiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as France, where the war, oh, let me tell you, the war is cooking. We are cooking. Now, it's a little bit concerning that Japan is over here with heavy armor. However, he is not actually at war with this player. Now, I'm kind of thinking that Lautaro is out here in the middle of the map, and I'm wondering if we can get a friendship with him, okay? And we can get a military alliance with him. And then if we can make sure that he's at war with whoever we're at war with, that's another +5 combat strength. I kind of forgot about the military alliance stuff, but that should actually help us out quite a bit, because now we have a +14 combat strength advantage over our enemies, which, I mean, it doesn't sound like a huge amount, but let me tell you, it is a huge amount. So Avaricum should be pretty easy for us to blast our way through. Now, with stealth technology, we could push towards modern armor. This would make building tanks even more expensive, but it would also give us a significant combat boost to our existing tanks, which we do have the money to upgrade into. Basically doubles the cost of our tanks in terms of materials, about a 50% increase, but it would give them a +10 combat strength bonus, which is significant. Alternatively, we could push for rocket artillery, which would be a lot longer to grab, but would have a better payoff. I think the shortest return on investment here is to grab drones, which would be an upgrade to our observation balloons, and this would give our siege class units +5 bombard strength in addition to +1 range. So I think that would be a significant buff. Coming into La Rochelle, which has finished its construction, I'm going to go ahead and grab myself the stock exchange. This is worth 16 base gold plus another 7 if I can get this building powered, which we may be able to look into getting a little bit of renewable power in some of our cities here, depending on the tiles that are available. Amboys has also finished a tank. I'm going to get my stock exchanges again because I want to try to push my gold per turn up to the maximum. Looks like my spy in Russia was killed. That's okay. We will be getting more of those spies. And the mass retooling of our economy towards more renewables is well underway. This city has a little bit too much combat strength for me to slam it right now, so we will be chilling on the slamming of the enemy cities for a little while. It's kind of necessary for us to bring other stuff to the table. Polygraph is incredibly powerful. I'm going to go ahead and go for demolitions because sabotaging industrial zones actually does have an impact on the game. And now we can pop forward to the next turn and start doing some serious damage to this enemy. Now, it does look like Japan just declared war on Gaul, or else they're at war with someone else. I mean, no, this is Canada. Sorry, Canada is at war with Gaul. I thought this is usually Japan's colors, so my brain was like, this is Japan. All right, let's bomb this city and we'll bring more artillery forward. I think we should be able to take this now. One more attack will do it. Avaricum is ours. We will be keeping this city and begin the repairs. Now, I will start moving trade routes to these newer cities because they need the help more than my older cities do. I will be grabbing a seaport in Dijon because the gold return from that building is incredible. Military academy repair in Ephesus will be also very useful, and we can also repair all the buildings in Avaricum. What can I actually buy with Faith? Nothing too useful. I mean, rock bands can be quite helpful, but not a huge amount that we can do with them. I think what we will probably do is cut left to take Tervena, Lisieux, Nova Dunham and Adwatica, and then finish off Gaul. I'm wondering if my bombers are out of range to help. They are not, actually. I can use my bombers on Tervana if I can just get vision of that city. We will take a little bit of counterfire, but that's fine. This bomber needs to be rebased to Avaricum. I'll get all these guys to heal up. Need our military engineers to push forward. Ooh, that was not what I was meant to do. Wrong unit. We'll be grabbing ourselves a few quite powerful buffs here. Okay, Claude, go ahead and gain sources in this Chinese city so that you can get yourself leveled up. We are missing 2 spies. A couple of them got killed, and we're getting hit with droughts. It's partially why we're trying to get rid of the farms. We have unlocked professional sports, although there isn't anything particularly important from professional sports for us. We would probably like corporate libertarianism. It has more wildcard policies than fascism. I mean, we lose the 50% production boost towards units, but accumulating resources with improvements would go up, and that would allow us to actually support a much larger army. So we will push towards corporate libertarianism to be able to do some late game military stuff. Rhodes has finished an encampment, but I am light on builders, so I'm going to queue up a round of builders in here. We have a lot of terrain we need to fix on our way up through the conquest. You can see all this terrain is like just poorly configured. Tervana, we're going to bomb. Another round of bombing, and then another round of bombing in Tervana. Let's get our tanks into position. I'll move you forward, build me that railroad, move you to here. Boom. And I'm hoping a triple slam will kill this city. And it did. Perfect. We will naturally keep it, and we will shoot the units in the water. Let's get into position to do some pillaging. All right, we've got an encampment to take care of. We will be able to take care of that. We've got the monument repaired in Ratumakos. I will grab myself an archaeological museum because I need another archaeologist. There's a few archaeological dig sites hanging around inside my territory that I need to get rid of. We'll start repairing buildings in Tirvana. I've got 3 envoys in the bank, and it would be really nice to make friends with Singapore, +2 production for each foreign civilization, but more importantly, we want that production in our industrial zones. Buenos Aires would also be incredible if we could make friends with them, so I will start building up a relationship with Buenos Aires. That allows your bonus resources to behave like luxuries, providing extra amenities. It looks like this trade route is a little bit too far away for the capital, which is fine, because Ephesus would be a good trade as well, but I'm a little bit scared about Greece pillaging that, so I will just send that trade route home. I'm going to trade with Zanzibar to open up to get a little bit of gold, but also to create a trading post, which will allow me to link up my cities together a little bit easier. It's a brand new turn, and we just got computers research, 25% tourism boost across our empire, which is not anything that we need. We will refresh our spying missions. Let's get rid of the boats in the water because they're going to hold us up a little bit. We need to get rid of these encampments. So see if we can't get those kills. Pillage there for health, and then advance. I'm quite certain that we need to get rid of these encampments. We also want to be pillaging for gold. I think I want to buy myself another jet bomber. We have plenty of aluminum. Let me come in here and buy a jet bomber. Perfect. In terms of research, replaceable parts would allow us to get food markets to continue to develop our cities in a really, really good fashion. Rennes, you can go ahead and trade with Paris. I definitely want the stock exchange and the seaport. There's so much gold locked up in those. Let's get the stock exchange in Mycenae as well. We got the stock exchange in Ephesus. I'll tell this city to get me a spy. Paris, I'm going to send a trader to Radamakos here to be able to secure yet more long-range trading posts, which should, in theory, extend the viability. Oh wow, there's a Great Zimbabwe here. You know what? Let's build the Great Zimbabwe. I never do it. I'll put a single turn into a temple and then I build the Great Zimbabwe. Just for memes. All right, let's keep bombing enemy cities. The jet bombers do a significantly good job of bombing cities. They will need a round of repairs next turn. That's fine. We are seeing a loyalty issue in Tirvana. Let me grab Amani. I think is a good candidate here to move to Tirvana. That will secure the loyalty of this city. I think Lisieux will probably flip to us if we take out Adwatica and Novidunum. So I think Duro Corteron is next. The world enters into the information era. So we just got a huge upgrade to our pastures, +1 production and +1 food adjacency on our farms and the food market. But our main goal is to maximize our production, not our population. So we're going to be moving away from using farms. However, we will be taking automaton warfare, which will get us a giant death robot. Now we could also take Sky and Stars. We would get more experience from our air units. We would accumulate more resources for air units. I think, honestly, actually, this is actually kind of awesome. Now that I think about this, I mean, imagine my jet bombers like leveling up super fast. I kind of like Sky and Stars. Normally I would take the automaton warfare, but let's stick to the jet bombers. Tactical maintenance would be sick. So let's take box formation. Box formation. You need to attack one more time to level up. So we'll hit Duro Corteron with you. And I believe we should have another jet bomber that we can move to the front line. Samobriva will hold them. Adwatica, we can get some pillages off on Adwatica, which will get us enough gold to potentially look to buying into more units. This tank army, I'll get up into position and then take a heal on. My tanks are getting pretty highly leveled, and we do want to make sure that we're pillaging enemy economy. Let's upgrade this observation balloon to give the +5 combat strength. Now my siege artillery does like a redonkulous amount of damage. You also have a promotion. We want to promote our artillery as often as we can. +10 combat strength doesn't sound like much, but it is absolutely massive, because in Civ 6, all that matters is the difference between your combat strength and your enemy's combat strength. Let's take out this encampment, and that will allow us to push our railroads deeper into enemy territory. If you're wondering about the carpet of railroads I've built, oh yeah, it is an absolute carpet. But it just lets you micro your units so effectively if you do it. I mean, it takes a lot of energy and time, but man, is it good. I'm going to buy Canada's oil because I like having a lot of oil. And I'm going to also look to see if anyone has any luxury resources that I can buy. Yeah, there's no luxuries on sale. I want advanced ballistics for the anti-aircraft gun. We're going to need a few of those. Sergei Korolev, space race guy, not that we necessarily need him. I will take Chester Nimitz, +1 oil per turn, as well as naval raiders, so he's good for submarines. I completed the temple in La Rochelle. What I want to do is to actually build the Great Zimbabwe. So I'm going to go ahead and chop this tile. The Great Zimbabwe will take 10 turns, and that means we are now a step closer to achieving our ambitions. I need to send a spy over to Russia to start training them up. I need you to build me a new spy, Calais, thank you. In Miletos, I'm going to build a food market because I want to get my base population productivity up. Sure enough, in my opinion, the 2 amenities from the shopping mall are like super powerful, but I want to be able to work a bunch of lumber mill tiles. Avaricum has finished repairs, so I'm going to queue up a bunch of builders in here. I got a lot of land that I need to retool towards production. Sergei Korolov, I'm just going to put to sleep on that neighborhood because I don't actually need him. I will create a submarine here, as I can send that up the coastline to pillage stuff. Now, Gaul wants peace, but I never take peace. I only take land. That's what I take. Okay, diplomatic visibility in Tokyo is repeatable. I definitely think you should do that again. Now, I wanted to have a look and see what sort of victory track people are on. In terms of assigns victory, looks like Canada is leading. Culture victory, Peter is leading. Domination victory, I'm leading. Religion victory isn't going to happen. Diplomatic victory, I mean, Canada is close. Now, build a spec ops here because I wanted to play around with them. I've never actually built spec ops before, but in the meantime, we're going to focus on getting the seaport up. Okay, we got our stock exchange in Amboys, and we are using a little bit of electricity there, mainly in the form of coal. Now, coming into the city again, I'm going to build the aqueduct and then get started on an industrial zone because I'd like to see more production in my empire. We'll get that armory. You don't need your seaport just yet, but we will get the armory repaired. Tervana is looking like it has a bit of a battle going on. Should be easy enough for us to fight that. This battleship can be dealt with quite simply, and this bomber can be leveled up with box formation. Bomb Duro Corteron once again. We'll pillage this, then take the city. Boom. Naturally, we'll keep it. I'm wondering who I can move. Let's take Liang, and I will establish her in the city we just conquered. All right, I'll pull a few units back here to get healed up, and then we'll continue the advance. So, let's go ahead and bomb Dwarka. This city will take a hell of a pounding, but on the first turn of the assault, we have brought its fortifications down nearly 200 points. Tervana has finished repairing. I'll queue up a bunch of builders. We've got a lot of tiles we need to fix. Got a lot of repairs to do. Got a lot of empire to fix. It's not particularly safe to attack right now, but it also isn't particularly unsafe to attack right now, you know what I mean? All right, let's move this jet bomber up to the new city. Yeah, that city is flipped independent, as was to be expected. Got another jet bomber, I'll put it up in Tervana. We have access to anti-air guns now, which is really nice. Race, music censorship, all sorts of great technologies are starting to come together. Or, well, abilities. I don't know if I would necessarily call music censorship a technology, but it can be useful in certain circumstances. Preventing rock bands from entering your territory. Let's go ahead and blast Adwatuka. We will keep this city. Now, Novio Dunham and Elysia. I think if we take out Novio Dunham, the rest will follow. I think the rest of this war will be mostly fought from the air. But yeah, I'll be taking Novio Dunham and Elysia and then leaving the rest of them to flip independent towards me because I just, you know, the number of actions it takes to actually conquer them will be too much effort. See if we can slam that city a little bit and get it to flip early. Boom, perfect. Okay, aircraft did their job. We will keep this city. Elysia, I think I will use any artillery I have to secure its conquest. And I'm going to start preemptively pulling my railroad engineers down south to begin railing towards Knossos and Corinth. Tech-wise, I think it would be a good idea to upgrade towards modern armor. So I am going to go ahead and take that deal and push in that direction. No more of my cities are actually producing military right now. Right now, our goal is to pump money through our economy. In Rouen, I never built a commercial hub here, so I reckon I will pop one right there and we can start getting that gold up. Let's go ahead and repair all this crap. All right, builders, start harvesting out yet more builders so we can completely rebuild this whole land. I will lay down a bunch of lumber mill markers, as lumber mills are an incredibly inefficient way in terms of builder charges to get a huge productivity boost, but are technically the best that you can do if you're willing to input infinite resources to get infinite stuff back. I want to spy on, I can't spy on my ally if I remember correctly, so I'll spy on Canada instead. There's some oil in the water we can grab, love that. Now my turns are starting to drag on a little bit, but that is the nature of the beast of Civilization 6. When you get into that super deep omega late game, when you're putting together an unstoppable ultra economy, that's the way the cookie crumbles, man. All right, let's focus on improving our territory. Okay, the city is barely holding on with loyalty at 0.4 positive. Millennium is holding on pretty well. Bagacom is holding on pretty good too. That's fine. Let's blast this city into the Stun Ag. We'll pillage you, conquer you. So that's me done with the Gauls. I don't need to fight them anymore. And quite frankly, the route into Russia isn't particularly pleasant here. There is no route into Russia. If I do a quick search here for mountains, you can see the best route into Russia is through Greece. Because, like, look at these mountain ranges I have to try and get through otherwise. Horrific. But there's a really nice mountain pass. If I hit up Greece, I slip on through here. Now we've got the open plains of Russia before us. I am going to need to move Isabel to Russia's territory, but that's fine. We'll be able to get up here pretty easily and dominate them. We'll also be able to flood through down south into Japan, and every turn that goes by, my army gets stronger, bigger, larger, more devastating. So we'll peace out Gaul next turn, mainly as a sign of disrespect that we don't give a damn about them anymore. Right, Gaul wants peace. I would prefer to set up the peace deal myself on the next turn when he fully realizes that he is dead. Now, you, sir, are omega uber dead. Like, dead. Beyond comprehension. So I want all of your money. I want all of your cities. You will accept this peace deal. We got 800 grievances. He's got 800 grievances against us. Ooh. That's going to hurt us a little. That's fine, though. People are going to be mad. Now, the good news is we did just research composites. So if we unlock our government, skadoosh, we pop out propaganda and we pop in forced modernization for a turn. We will be able to mass upgrade our units to modern armor, getting them an extra 10 combat strength, which is a pretty dang hefty upgrade. Casus Belli, War of Territorial Expansion, let's go. We're not actually really looking to do much to them this turn, other than maybe get a unit kill or two. Like, for example, they had this rocket artillery floating around too close to the sun. So let's use our jet bombers to soften up this encampment that's in our way. As that will make our life a lot easier when we kill the army that's standing on it. Perfect. Let's keep railing our way through. They call me Raylin Smithers because I'm railing your mom. That joke will never get old, by the way. Okay, beautiful. There's the modern armor. I think it's time that we started making our rocket artillery a thing. That plus 3, that 3 movement range is going to be huge for us. Plus the mobile SAMs are quite good too. Looks like we can get ourselves an extra trade route, which is kind of neat. We got a seaport in Dijon. Dijon, the mustard. Hon. We will get ourselves a water park in here for the amenities. Oh yeah, we got to keep this. We got to keep this empire chooching, baby. You know what? Maybe I won't miss builders. Maybe I won't miss builders when Civ 7 comes out. You know, that's my takeaway from the late game. Maybe I won't miss it. I don't know if these spec ops are ever worth building. I made it and I'm using it, but I don't know if it was worth it. Know what I mean? Oh, my spec ops died. 2 machine guns. Look at that. That unit died so easy. Pharsalos we will keep. +2 aero score. That city will be helped eventually. Build me a granary. We'll look into helping you in a moment. We got a stock exchange in Mycenae. Let's get that food market. We want these cities growing. Seaport at Samo Briva. And we are getting our lumber mill revolution online. You can tell my empire has been converted to lumber mills by its appeal. Look at all that production. All right, let's plan a few more lumber mills throughout the map here. And this will eventually want to be like solar farms. All right, let me plan a few more lumber mills down in the south where it can be done. All right, got a ton of lumber mills planned. We can turn these on and off at will, and we will need to turn them on and off based on, you know, what our people are up to. Can I even build solar panels yet? No, I can't. Okay. All right, jet bombers, we need you to knock out Corinth or Knossos. Let's hit Corinth first. So that's Corinth pretty soft. Now let's move in the modern armor. That's a one shot, and that should be a one shot. Perfect. Where are my military engineers? They're here. Push it forward with the rail, and my tanks are pushing forward to blow up these solar panels for money. You're a little bit too hurt. I'm going to zip you back to the safe place and get healed up. I'll move a guy forward to take up your position instead. The good news is pillaging a bunch of money allows me to level up my units. And by level up, I mean turn them into literal god tanks. All right, all of our tanks are pretty much in position. Forward observers, we got ourselves, this is going to be a potential 4-range artillery right here. That's the kind of thing we love to see. Now we're cooking. Need to get you back. All right, good job in Shendu. Go ahead and see if you can steal a tech boost to get a level up. Goddamn machine gun captured a builder. Let me capture that back real quick. Okay, so we're working on blasting Corinth. There's one bomber run. This bomber is ready for a level up, so I will take it. There's a second bomber run. How are we looking? There's a lot of gold to be had here. And so we should make sure that we get all of the gold that we can. Within reason, we don't need every single piece of gold, but as much of it as we can in a single turn before we capture. Like, here's boom, boom, boom. Now you can zip back and get yourself upgraded because I just pillaged an outrageous amount of gold in battle. Resource management is going to be a great plug-in here. That'll get us all the oil we need to maintain this giga army. Okay, we got a spy in Ephesus. Oh man, we definitely got a lot of tiles we could upgrade here. I'll grab myself some traders. Those will always be useful. We definitely have some tiles we want to upgrade here in Nova Dunham as well. Let me go ahead and queue up all of the tiles that we want to replace with lumber mills. There we go. That's more like what we want to have up here. Now that we've captured Corinth, we'll get to work on repairs. And I think we can safely blast this city with a bunch of tanks and artillery. Good God, we have so much. So many units ready to fight and die for us. Next turn we'll be able to capture that. We'll get a couple of pillages off too. And with the couple of bombers that we have left, we can start looking into bombing Athens or rebasing them to the front of the queue. There's Great Zimbabwe, +1 trade route capacity. Also, our trade routes from this city get +2 gold for every bonus resource with the tiles within this city and in this city's territory, which is kind of cool. Never really built it before. I mean, I can probably count on one hand the number of times I've built that. We do have chemistry now, so we can get more science. And we also have globalization for the extra gold from plantations, science from city-states, e-commerce, and strategic air force if we want to build carriers. We do need to get rid of this modern armor. Let's begin jet bombing Athens, but first let's take out Knossos. We got our commercial hub in Rouen. We'll grab the market in there. I got the Great Zimbabwe in La Rochelle. I have my trade building. It could be worth it to build a neighborhood for growth, and so just for a little bit of fun I'll build a neighborhood so we can hit the zenith of our sim. No real reason to do it other than that. Right, sick. We got another jet bomber that we can move to the front line. The land over here is also going to want a lot of lumber mills, so let me see here. Are you floodplains? Okay, that's floodplains. That is not floodplains, so we can replace these two tiles with lumber mills. Game is starting to lag out a little bit every time I drop a pin, but that's because there's probably so many and I just need to start clearing out some of them. I mean, just look how many pins I have. But we are slowly clearing them, and I'm placing them faster than I'm clearing them. But once they're placed, that's it. Like, you know, you only have to use 2 builder charges and boom, that pin is gone. Now, trying to navigate a massive army like this through a mountain pass is going to be quite an interesting ordeal. Now you've leveled up. All right, we definitely want to take our level ups, especially because we want tactical maintenance, which is pretty strong. All right, so first things first, let's get our tanks surrounding the city. We'll start moving our artillery up. There we go. A few shots on the city. Trying to squeeze an army through this pass is going to be a bit like trying to squeeze a pimple. There's going to be a lot of grunting and a little bit of pain. I don't actually know how humans squeeze pimples. Speaking as an anthropomorphic potato, we don't get pimples. We are perfect and unblemished. The chosen people, my potato kin. I gotta say, you know, like moving a huge ass army like this, it's an endeavor, brother. There's so much going on, so much micro. All right, another day, another turn has fallen, and we're pushing. There's rocketry. We already revealed the world. We got +1 production from quarries. Let's use our bombers, jet bombers, that is, to finish off Athens real quick. So 2 bombs, 3 bombs. Honestly, I have so many units, it's actually hard for me to click on the city, even if I hide the pins. All right, the city is in bad shape. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4. City now belongs to me. We will keep it. We're going to push straight on through to Argos. Get as many of our tanks through as possible. The word mind-numbing comes to mind when you're doing this much railroad construction. I mean, just look at this. Really, like, look at that minimap. See, every single one of those green tiles is a railroad. Well, okay, 95% of these are railroads that I manually placed, okay? There was maybe 1 or 2 that were there from the AI. Like, that is crazy amounts of railroad. Okay, Montpellier got its stock exchange. You know what it's missing? It's missing its goddamn lumber mills. Dijon got its water park. We'll grab the Ferris wheel. We got our food market in Miletos. Miletos is missing its trade district, so we will quickly grab a commercial hub. We want that gold. Coming into Pharsalos, you did a good job. I definitely want a harbor in here, so there's a +4 harbor right there. Slowly work on that bad boy. Make sure you're focused on food and production. We definitely want to get your food tiles up. Athens, let's go ahead and start repairing you. Now, I guess I could have made it through these things with tunnels, but I didn't want to. Sometimes just because you can do something doesn't mean you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could go do laundry right now. I don't want to go do laundry right now. Hashtag relatable. I want to stay home and bake cookies and play Civ. So you're going to go over to Russia, I think. St. Petersburg. St. Petersburger. This spy, I need him to level up. I'll foment unrest so that he can level up. We got a Yetz bomber. A now bomber. Okay, Ottawa needs to be dealt with. You're a level 3 spy. That means you're going to go into listening post mode, generating me diplomatic visibility with Ottawa, Canada in particular. I really appreciate how fast my conquest is. Like, my conquest is so fast that I'm having trouble blowing up everything I need to blow up. Okay, so listening post, repeat that in Tokyo. Argos is next, me when I'm going shopping for Christmas presents. Things only Irish and British people will understand. Okay, city is taken out. Can I get one more? Can I get one more bomb? Yes. There's some gold right there. We're mostly looking for gold pillages. Argos has fallen. Greece is dead. +5 era score for that. And that's what we call a successful mission. Now let's check the victory track. All right, Canada is still fighting for their life in there. Peter is the current threat. So if I take him out and follow up with Canada, I think I've got basically guaranteed victory. He is in the process of building 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 giant death robots and launching an exoplanet expedition, which will start the countdown to extinction. This effectively means I have 53 turns to win the game. We got the bank in Rouen, we got the market, let's get the bank. We got our industrial zone, let's get the workshop, that is worth getting it. We got the archaeological museum, I want to grab the archaeologist. Speaking of Duro, we're still repairing stuff in there. Argos needs to be repaired up. Got a lot of builders floating around, doing work on a variety of locations in my empire. All right, Russia. Casus Belli, war of territorial expansion. We declare war immediately and we begin the assault. Now, we're looking for gold pillages wherever we can get them with our tanks, because gold pillages will allow us to fuel our war economy. That is a 4-range artillery, you are correct. All right, I've got a bunch of tanks in and around here that I need to heal up. I could do with a supply convoy in Athens to heal, so I will gold purchase one because I have the economy to do so. As war with Russia, I do expect to lose the occasional unit because they should be technically a harder opponent than Greece, just based on the fact that they actually have a military, albeit a small and insignificant, but we can begin bombing Tula. Love to see it. I'm really looking forward to getting rocket artillery because I think that's when a lot of things are going to change. And by that I mean the speed at which I conquer the world will increase. I don't like that they have Muscat. So where can I get envoys? Let's see, let's have a look through the tech list. There's no envoys there, no envoys there. There's 2 at opera and ballet, and then 3 at cultural heritage. So I want Muscat back. I don't want to kill Muscat because they give a huge amount of our gold. All right, there's opera and ballet. That'll be +2 envoys. The World Games is over. Somehow I came second in that. So I get tourism from my stadiums and aquatic centers. My 4-range Artie here, who has the potential to become a 5-range unit, which is outrageous. Let's deal with these machine gunners. I'm going to pull back a tank to Athens for healing. All right, let's have a look. Encampment. Yeah, we got to repair all this crap. Tula should not be a bad conquest here. Can I take it with this tank and get it inside safely? Perfect. And then I'll rebase one of my bombers that's further back here. Do I have another bomber I can rebase? Yeah, I'm going to rebase you to Argos as well. And I will keep this city. Where's Victor? Victor. Come on over here to Tula to give us a little bit of loyalty. I'm going to get some of my tanks to smash into this district because I just want to get rid of it. It's kind of standing in the way. And I'll move you over here and promote you so that you give flanking bonuses to this guy so you can kill that guy. This will allow me to be a lot more aggressive with my units. I need a lot of gold to upgrade the vast array of artillery next turn into rocket arty. But that's okay. Oh yes, baby. Improve my tiles. Come on, baby, improve my tiles. So many lumber mills. Whew. Peter wants a military aid request. I'm going to vote that down. I don't want people helping him out. He has enough. It's his own fault he doesn't have a military capable of holding me back. All right, there's rocket arty. We're going to prioritize any of our units that have 4 range already because we will make them 5 range. This is now a 5 range rocket artillery, which is the maximum you can promote it. We've started to get double attacking tanks. We need to look for pillages. It's very important we get those pillages off because that gold is going to be used to make a ton of high-level units. All right, we got a lot of big pillages off. We can't quite convert our entire army over, but we can convert a significant portion to rocket arty. Okay, Bibrax. I think Bibrax just flipped to us. So first thing you're going to work on is a harbor, and then we'll lay down a bunch of lumber mills. It'd be nice to have access to nuclear bombs. I think nuclear bombs will actually speed up our late game here, so I will start researching them, although we don't actually have that much in the way. Ooh, yes! Great General, our first and only Great General this game that we're probably going to get. He is an information era Great General. That's another +5 combat strength right there. That's going to be really helpful for our artillery. Our artillery will move and attack faster now. That's great. We got our stock exchange in Eritrea, and there's a significant amount of land here that needs to be retooled for the giga ultra savage late game productivity that we want to have. You know, sometimes you get deep into a late game of Civ and you wonder, are people even real? Am I even real? I think I'm real. Is that enough? Descartes thought so. I don't even know how to say that guy's fucking name. I need to vote down Wilfred. Everything I can. Ban the production of... No. Make nuclear power plants better. 100% production towards built nuclear device. Yeah, let's proliferate, baby. Operation Ivy is easier to do. We banned nuclear power plants. Wilfred has lost some Diplo victory points, so it shouldn't be too hard for us to swing a victory here. Alrighty then. You take the promotion. Alrighty then. Yaroslavl has been busted. Myth busted. Let's hit Solikamsk next. We can use our artillery to take out Kazan. Our extremely long range, extremely high damage artillery, by the by. Oh yeah, the speed of conquest now is straight up scary. It's just scary. 1, 2, and move you up as well. 3. Oh my god, it's gross. We definitely need more gold pillages if we can snipe them to upgrade our army. But hopefully you now understand. Hopefully you understand the power of tanks and why I wasn't kidding when I said tanks and artillery are the best in the game. And we will go for corporate libertarianism next. All right, there's the seaport in Rennes, which should see us get quite a bit of gold in production, mostly gold. I tell you what, in this city, I will queue up just mobile SAMs. We could use anti-air support units. You go ahead and get buffed up. Let's make sure we get our repairs done. Okay, this city is repaired basically. We got a trader in Ephesus. Let's move it to Argos. Dude, our empire is disgusting. We got our food market in Mycenae, which means this city is ready to grow Mycenae. Workshop in Amboise. There's a lot of tiles around here that need to be improved, so we'll get a few builders out there. Rouen got its stock exchange ready. Can I get you onto a pillageable tile? Yes, I can. Perfect. I should have the envoys to fight back and take back Muscat, which will make them neutral to me and not fighting me anymore, which is ideal. All right, jet bomber, go ahead and... Well, you know what? I should probably actually rebase you forward because I have a few Yetz bombers that need to do that. All right, Jeremy, you can level up. I guess neutralize governor is a good ability. We are officially on the clock here. He is traveling. All right, there is nuclear fission. We can create nuclear bombs now. We will need to do the project that creates those. Paris is probably the place to do that. So let me do the Manhattan project in there. Also, we got ourselves another Yetz bomber. Move you to Avaricum. All right, so the first thing we want to do at the start of every single turn is to make sure we get our railroads up, because the mobility, we've lost a lot of mobility since we stopped getting quite as many railroads completed. Now let's also do some soul searching in the form of combat. Giant death robots would be really nice, so I should probably start researching those. We got a neighborhood in La Rochelle. Let's get that food market. Ferris wheel completed in Dijon. Let's get the aquarium and the aquatic center. We got a trader in Ephesus. We are moving these throughout our empire. This one, however, I will move to Paris. I want some of them to start going to Paris now. Go ahead and get your food market. Get me a trader. Can you trade with Paris? No, you cannot. It means Paris needs it. All right, sweet. This city has been rebuilt. Let's queue up a bunch of builders. It'll take a while. Escape on foot. Shendu. I believe we can talk to you and say, yo. Oh, she's mad, so she won't talk to us until we do a different action. There we go. I cannot promise that. And now I can talk to her. I can get Claude back. She's not willing to trade that. You are willing to trade that, okay? Take my 700 gold. You goddamn word that would get me banned, probably, if I said it. I don't know. What are those words? Do you know bad words? I don't know bad words. I never heard a bad word in my life. Okay. Pillage, then promote. Pillage. You're quite hurt. Let's capture Solikamsk. We'll keep that city. Jet bombers are so gross. Pillage here. I think I'll hit Novgorod, then St. Petersburg. The Rocket Arty is the way of the future. Or, as I like to call it, the Rardy Party. Perfect. Novgorod has fallen. There is no defense against our rocket artillery armies now. There is nothing you can do. There is no standing against the French Empire. The French Empire can no longer be contained. The time to contain the French Empire has long since passed. By God, will I conquer this planet if I have to do it one city at a time. A grueling push eastwards. You, spy who was kicked out of Chengdu, immediately go back to Chengdu. They will never recognize you. Just imagining the border agent like handing this guy off to the local police, being like, okay, and then immediately sending him straight back for the assignment in the country that he was just like captured for doing espionage. The espionage revolving door. The glass ceiling of espionage. Frankreich will rise. The French Empire. Increase that diplomatic visibility, please. Okay, St. Petersburg, more like St. Auf Wiedersehen. Yoink. So that's the Russian capital captured. Now, getting into Canada is going to be an interesting mission. Let's have a look at the mountain situation here. Oh, sweet Christ. I might have to push down through. I mean, this is their capital. I might have to push down through the Mapuche here, aka the Puppy Nation, hit up their northern sector, and then flood my way through into Canada while simultaneously trying to hit Tokyo. Now, thankfully, I do have a big enough army to kind of push the issue further along. So in Calais, I will go for the seaport and the stock exchange. I got a builder in Sparta because we are trying to rebuild our lands to be more sensible. I don't actually need the spaceport, so I don't see a point in repairing it. And yeah, we're in the process of doing a serious amount of repair work in our empire. But the good news is my railroad situation is improving. It is by no means perfect. My army simply moves too quickly for my railroads to catch up now. But the railroads will still serve a purpose. I think I'm going to split my army. I will send a small detachment of 6 tanks or so to the north with 3 rocket artillery, while the rest of my army will head south. Okay, so 6 tanks plus 3 rocket artillery. Everything else is heading southeast towards Kazan so that we can attack Hulimapu. I'm finally starting to get, well, I say finally, I'm starting to get more units, more tanks that have double attacks, which is quite exciting. And I'm going to be repositioning all of my aircraft into the former Russian Empire for the purpose of bombing our way through these cities down here. I'm going to ignore Phocaea because it's just going to eat damage for us and not going to actually significantly alter the course of the war. My military alliance with him expires in 12 turns, so I may have to just push through his territory rather than actually declare war on Lautaro. That's fine. Okay, I've redirected as many of my forces as I can this turn towards the Mapuche border, but we are going to be able to storm in through Canada pretty quick. We unlocked advanced flight, which will give us extra 50% experience combat for our combat experience for our flying units. We also have corporate libertarianism, which will give us 20% base production in all of our cities and give us a lot more strategic resources. I am going to go ahead and switch over to that because it is a better government in my opinion. Now, we will need the fascist legacy plus republican legacy. Mercantile legacy we don't necessarily need. Total war for the trade route pillaging is incredible. E-commerce will significantly increase our gold per turn, and 5-year plan will give us a huge productivity boost as well. So up to 800 gold per turn, which we love to see. Let's hit up near future governance so we can start pushing up into the unrevealed sector of the tech tree. We got a seaport in Samaro Briva. 1, 2, 3 builders queued up in that city. I've got 3 envoys, and I'm suzerain of the city-states I want to be. I'm going to hold on to those envoys for a few minutes because I don't want to get wrecked. Okay, let's finish off Moscow really quick. 1, 2, or when I say Moscow, I meant Russia. Pillage. I don't think we care about pillaging that. We do care about pillaging this. If you take the city, you'll get the experience to up. Perfect. We will keep this city. Oh my God, so many tiles have been stolen. Make our way to Voronezh. I'll denounce Canada really quickly. I don't think it's going to take me 5 turns to get up to his border, but for what it's worth, we will do it. I mean, Canada has no idea how screwed they are. I'm not allowed to declare a surprise war on them. It's an important thing about Canada that I forgot. God damn it. I guess we'll have to see if we can kill Canada fast enough in the next episode. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.